Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, madam.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, madam.
Visible, ma'am.
Good, madam.
Screen is visible, ma?
Yes, madam.
Oh,
Good morning,
Good morning,
madam.
ma'am.
Morning, madam.
which lesson? Which lesson did we start in last class?
The Brave Potter.
The Brave Potter.
Brave Potter.
Brave Potter, madam.
We started the lesson and we took the lesson, the first part of the lesson, that is beginning. Okay. In that, what did we know? In that, what did we come to know? We came to know that it was a dark night and the clouds were very high, very cloudy. The sky was very cloudy. The thunder was roaring everywhere. The branches of the trees were shaking and there were raindrops in the forest. Do you all remember what did we learn? Boys. Okay. So, boys,
Madam.
we started the
Madam.
brave. No. We started the Brave Potter lesson. No.
Yes, madam.
Okay. So it was raining in the forest, and a tiger, an old tiger, actually, it was running for shelter. The old tiger was running for shelter. It was wet and cold. The cave was very far away. The cave where the tiger lived was very far away. So it went to a nearby hut and it took shelter at the door of the hut. And it was about to fall asleep. A woman came there and it shouted. What did the woman shout? How terrible this leak is. She said the leak was terrible. I would rather meet a tiger than have this leak. Then the tiger thought, oh, there is someone called leak, and it is much more dangerous than me because the woman is telling she can meet a tiger, but she cannot bear a leak. Actually, leak means having a crack or a hole in any wall and roof wherein the water flows in, from which the water flows in. So soon afterwards, after thinking all these things, the tiger fell asleep and it woke up with a horrible and loud voice. That is, somebody was shouting and screaming at him. What was somebody shouting? There was a voice. You horrible beast. The voice said, how dare you run away? You walk here in the middle of the night. I have to search for you and I have come so far from the house. Come on, let us go back to hut. And it climbed on the tiger and sat on the tiger. And the voice, actually, it was the voice of a man. And the tiger thought it was a leak's voice and it is very dangerous. So the tiger did not do anything. The man jumped on the tiger and it started driving the tiger to its home or its hut. Now let us see why did this man do that. How he thought that tiger was his tiger. Let us see. Okay, let us see. On that afternoon, this night, this incident has happened. No, on that afternoon, the potter had arrived home after a hard day's work. It was afternoon that day. In the afternoon, the potter, this man who climbed on the tiger was a potter is a person who makes pots, vessels made of clay. Okay, so he had arrived home. He was very tired and thirsty. He had asked his wife for a palm wine, a sort of drink. The more he drank, the better he felt. When he had drunk all the wine, he had no longer felt tired. So, are you all able to see the screen?
Yes, madam.
Okay. So, the brave potter arrived home. On that day, he had arrived home. He was very tired. He drank palm wine and he felt fine. He felt comfortable after drinking the wine. He was losing all his tiredness. When the storm began, the potter suddenly remembered that he had left his donkey tied under a tree. So that afternoon, after drinking the palm wine, he was falling asleep. He was feeling comfortable, and it was nearing night. It was getting dark also. Then the potter remembered, I left my donkey under a tree. There is heavy rain and storm here, so I should get my donkey inside. It remembered. He rushed out of his hut to take the animal into the stable. Stable is a place. Stable is a place where, come on, anybody tell me. Stable is a place where.
Under the tree, madam.
Yes.
Under
What
the
is
tree.
stable? No. He had tied the donkey under a tree. He had tied his donkey under a tree. Stable. Stable is a place where animals are tied up for shelter. Animals are tied up for shelter. Animals are kept for shelter. So he rushed out of his hut to take the He rushed out of his hut to take the animal into the stable. You can imagine his anger when he discovered that the donkey was not there anymore. So when he went out to see the donkey and to get the donkey into the house, he saw that the donkey was not there. His donkey was not there under the tree. Only thing which was left there was a chain. The donkey had freed itself from the chain and it had ran away. The donkey had freed itself from the chain, and the chain was lying there under the tree, and the donkey ran away. Then the potter got very angry. This stupid donkey, it removed the chain, it freed itself from the chain, and it has run away. The potter thought. Now let us see. My stupid donkey must have run off in the forest. He grumbled. He grumbled means he was very, very angry and he thought my stupid donkey has freed itself and ran away in the forest. When I catch him, I'll give him a good beating. The potter walked through the wet forest. So the potter thought, let me go into the forest and search the donkey. This donkey, my donkey, this is very nuisance creature. It has freed itself and it ran away from my hut. The potter thought. The potter walked through the wet forest. It was raining already, yes? It was raining heavily. It was stormy night. Heavy wind was blowing. The potter walked through the forest and it was thinking, I have to get my donkey back. When it became dark, he often stumbled over roots and fallen branches. When he started searching, it was late evening. After he was roaming in the forest to search the donkey, it became dark, and the potter stumbled. And the potter stumbled. See, when we are walking on the ground, when any stone or a big rock comes in between our footsteps, what happens? We stumble over it. We stumble over it. Did you all understand?
Yes, madam.
Yes,
madam.
we stumble over. Yes, when it became dark, he often stumbled over the road. There were trees, there were branches, the ground was wet, there were roots, fallen trees, fallen branches. He was stumbling. Now and then he was about to fall, but he was managing himself. He was about to fall, then again he was managing himself. With each step, the potter felt angrier and angrier with his donkey. He was going on. If you have disturbance at home, mute your mic. With each step, the potter felt angrier and angrier with his donkey. So, as long as the potter was going to search the donkey, he felt very angry. He felt very angry and he was thinking, what nonsense is this? Where is this stupid donkey? I have to search for him in the midnight. When I catch him, I'll tie him up under the tree all night. He muttered to himself. So the potter thought, where is this stupid donkey? It has left the chain under the tree and it has ran away. If I catch him, I will tie him under the tree. He muttered to himself. That is, muttering is nothing but speaking something that cannot be heard by other person beside them, means slowly speaking to yourself. Okay, he muttered. Yes, an hour later the potter reached the old man's hut. Where was the tiger lying down? Do you all remember in the first class we discussed? Where did the tiger lie down? The tiger lied down at the old woman's hut because the cave was very far. After searching for the donkey for a long time, the potter went near the hut. An hour later, the potter reached the old woman's hut. There he saw an animal sleeping in front of the door. There he is, he shouted. There he is, the stupid animal. So, as soon as he reached the old woman's hut, as soon as he saw some animal is there lying down, some animal is there lying down at the entrance of the hut. Oh, that is my donkey, he thought, because it was very dark and it was not clearly visible what animal was there in the dark midnight. So he could not understand what animal was it. He did not understand what animal, which animal was lying down. So he thought this animal only is his donkey. So he climbed on the animal and he brought the tiger, thinking the tiger is its a donkey. The drunken potter did not notice the difference between the donkey and a tiger, kicked and beat the sleeping tiger. He then jumped onto the frightened animal's back, rode it home, and then tied it up with the iron chain. So the drunken potter, what did it do? It did not notice any difference. It did not notice any difference between the donkey and the tiger. He climbed on it, he kicked it, and the sleeping tiger did not understand what to do. He thought it is a leak. It is a very powerful, dangerous person. So the tiger did not roar, the tiger did not do anything. It was walking as the potter said. He then jumped onto the frightened tiger and then rode home. The brave potter brought the tiger to his house and he tied it up with the iron chain. He tied the tiger with the iron chain. The next morning, what happened when the tiger is tied in front of your house? What happens? Everybody will come and see. Same happened in the village also. Next morning, the villagers who passed the potter's house, looking in amazement at the tiger tied to the tree. Soon the news spread throughout the village, and the potter had caught a tiger and tied it to a tree in his yard. So, what happened next morning? The neighbors and the villagers who passed by his house, they looked at the house. They saw a tiger tied up under the tree at the potter's house. What they thought, oh, a tiger is tied under a tree. A tiger is tied under a tree. How brave, how strong the potter is. He brought a tiger from the forest and he tied it under his tree near his house. He is very brave, and the news spread to the whole village. See, something very different happens, something very good happens, or sometimes something very bad happens, the news will be spread to the whole place in the neighbor or in a village. You all know this, we all know this. If something happens somewhere, that news is spread in the whole place where we are living. Same thing happened with the tiger also. Same thing happened with the tiger also. So the news of tiger which is tied under a tree, this news spread in the whole village. All the villagers came to see the tiger. Everybody were talking about it. They were thinking and they were telling, oh, see how the tiger is tied under a tree. The potter is very brave, the potter is very strong. He caught a tiger, he brought it from the forest and he tied it with an iron chain near his house. So all the villagers praised his courage. All the villagers praised his courage. Whose courage?
Potter.
Forest.
Potter.
Correct. Yes.
Courage.
All the villagers praised his courage. They also thanked him because the tiger had eaten many of their goats and buffaloes. They had tried to catch him for many years. So the villagers praised, oh, how brave the tiger, how brave the potter is. He caught the tiger. And also, not only they praised the potter, they also thanked him. They also thanked the potter because the tiger had eaten many of their animals. That is, the villagers, what do? They have agriculture. They raise goats and buffaloes, and they make money to eat and live. So they make their livelihood with that animals which they raise. So this tiger for many years it used to come in the village and it used to eat the animals of the villagers. So they were trying to catch the tiger, but it was very strong, very ferocious animal, very strong animal, so nobody could catch him. But today the potter has the pu- the today the potter has brought the tiger home. So everybody were praising his courage and they were thinking, very brave potter he is. So the news spread everywhere. The news spread first in the neighborhood, then in the village, and then in the whole country also. The news spread that there is a potter, and this potter can easily catch a tiger without any effort, without any difficulty. He is so brave, he is so courageous. They thought he is courageous. Actually, he brought the tiger by mistake because it was a dark night, nothing was visible. He thought the tiger is his donkey and brought, but everybody were thinking that the potter was brave. So he did not understand how a donkey could change into a tiger. When he saw the tiger, he fainted. So when the news spread in the village, and actually when the potter woke up in the morning and went to the tree and saw the tiger which was tied up under a tree, he did not understand what has happened. He thought, what is this? I brought a donkey and donkey has changed into tiger. He did not know that he brought a tiger. He thought he brought a donkey, but a donkey has changed into tiger. He fainted. He fainted. Oh my God, there is a tiger in front of my house. How can a tiger come to my house? He thought. Nobody, however, believed the potter's story. So nobody believed the potter's story. The villagers even praised him for being modest. Soon the potter became famous. Everybody who met him called him the brave potter. The simple potter himself never understood why. So soon the news spread everywhere, and he did not understand how he brought a tiger home when he wanted to bring a donkey home. The villagers praised him for his courage, and also the villagers praised him for his modesty. The villagers praised him for his modesty. They thought, what did they think? They thought, oh, this tiger is so honest, so simple person by heart. He is not even accepting that he brought a tiger home. See how humble he is, they thought, and they gave him a title, the brave potter. In this way, he got his title, the brave potter. A few years later, war broke out between the potter's country and a much stronger neighbor. There were The potter was living in one country, and we know there are number of countries surrounded around us. So there broke a war, means that the other country which was stronger than the potter's country, they came to wage a war with the potter's country, and the king of that country where the potter lived immediately gathered a large army. But he realized that it was not strong enough to save his country from defeat. The king of that country, that is potter's country, he called a meeting in his court. The king of that potter's country called a meeting in his court and asked all the people of his court to come, all the soldiers, all the ministers. He called to come and speak. And he was speaking to the courtiers, he was speaking to the ministers, and he was speaking to the soldiers. He was telling, see, the neighboring country has come to war. So you people should be ready to go and defeat them and kill them. But inside, the king knew that his country's soldiers, his country's equipment, his country's strength was not as strong as that neighboring country. The neighboring country was much more stronger. Their army was much more stronger. So the king was disappointed. He needed a hero to lead his army. He needed a hero to lead his army. Where could he find such a brave man? The king hurriedly called all his ministers together and asked their advice. So the king thought, oh, my country is not strong. My army is less strong, less stronger than that neighboring country's army. So what should I do now? I need a strong hero who can go to the war and defeat the army. I should have a strong warrior in my army. So he called all his ministers and asked for their advice. He asked the ministers, what shall we do? How shall we go and wage a war? How should we defeat the neighboring country? He was asking. One of the ministers remembered the story of the brave potter. Your Majesty, the minister said, I know someone who can lead our army. So the news of brave potter that he caught a tiger, it had spread in the whole country. The minister had heard it. Then one minister said, Your Majesty, there is a man who is very brave. Not only leading the army, he can even catch a tiger. He can even catch a tiger. I know one person who can catch a tiger who is very brave. Then the king immediately sent a messenger to the potter's house. When the potter realized that he had been made general of army, he became frightened. The king had ordered him to go to the palace the next day. How could he, a poor potter, became the general of the army? He had never carried a sword, nor he had ever ridden a horse. As soon as the minister mentioned that there is a man in our country who is very brave, he can even catch a tiger, he can even ride a tiger, the king decided that he should lead the army for the war. That man who is brave should lead the army. So immediately he sent a message to the brave potter that come to our court, come to our palace the next day, come to our palace the next day, because you are made the army general. You are made the army general, that is head of the army. You have to lead this war. You have to make our country win. You have to defeat the neighboring country. As soon as the news came to the potter was worried. He thought, oh my God, how can I ride a horse? How can I go into the war? How can I defeat the neighboring country? I never took a sword in my hand. I never rode a horse. I never sat on the horse also. How can I go and wage a war with a strong country? He was very much worried. Now you can see the picture. Are you all able to see the picture? Next day, the potter came to the court. The king is standing, the potter is standing, potter's wife is also standing, and there is a minister standing behind them, and there are a number of people in the court who are praising the potter. Are you all able to see the picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Who can you see in the picture?
King,
Yeah, king
King
and
Gabriel Potter
potter and
Ministries.
potter. Yes, minister also. A king and potter's wife.
Some people, ma'am.
Yes, and some people who are praising the potter. So what happened? He went to the palace, and the king ordered, you are the army general, come on, lead our army, go to the war and defeat the neighboring country's army. Then he thought himself, the potter thought himself, Oh, I shall die because of that stupid donkey, groaned the potter to his wife. He has only brought us trouble. So the potter thought, oh, because of one stupid donkey, because the donkey ran away from my house, because I searched for the donkey, I did not understand it is not a donkey, and in midnight I brought a tiger home. So I am getting all this trouble. That stupid donkey did all this difficult phase to my life. The next day he went with his wife to the capital. So from the palace he went uh, to the capital. The king was pleased to see him and ordered the potter to lead the army into the battle the next day. So he never rode a he never rode a horse, he never sat on the horse, and he never took a sword in his hand. The king was pleased to see him and ordered the potter to lead the army into the battle the next day. The enemy was not far from the gates of the city. The enemy army was entering, the enemy's soldiers were entering the city gates. So the king ordered immediately, next day you should go on war. You should make our country win. A splendid house had been prepared for the potter and his wife. The night the potter could not sleep. He was nervous and worried because he did not know how to ride a horse. If I fall off, everybody will laugh at me, he thought. I will get up early tomorrow and practice riding. So next day he has to go to wage a war. He has to lead an army. He thought, I never sat on the horse. I never rode a horse. I never took a sword in my hand. How will I go and win? So what shall I do tomorrow morning? If everybody they see me, if everybody will see me falling from the horse, they will laugh at me and they'll say, I am not brave. I don't have courage. So what will I do? I'll wake up early in the morning before everybody. Then I'll go and sit on the horse and I will I will practice riding the horse, he thought himself. And next day he woke up at dawn, means early morning. Early morning, he woke up with his wife and they went out to the stable. They saw the beautiful brown horse ready for the master, that is new master, that is the potter. With great difficulty, he tried number of times. He put up his wife put a bench beside the horse. Then he first climbed the bench, then he climbed the horse. Actually, if you know horse riding, you need not worry, you need not struggle. But the potter did not know horse riding, so with great difficulty he climbed on the horse. He was trying again and again. The horse was moving continuously. It was throwing the potter down to the floor. Nobody was there around him. So nobody saw that the potter cannot climb the horse. Again, the potter tried. Again, the horse put the potter on the ground. Again and again, it was trying. It was holding the rope. It was trying to do something with the horse. But after long time of practice, finally the potter climbed the horse with great difficulty and it took the rope which was tied to the neck of the horse and it started pulling the rope. What happened? The potter held tightly to the horse's neck and prayed to all the gods to save his life because he was afraid. The horse crashed through the city gates and raced across the open fields. It leaped over fences and streams and began to head for the enemy's camp. So, what did the potter do? It crashed through the city gates, raced across the open fields, leaped over the fences. The horse started running so fast that it was not stopping at all. The horse was not at all stopping. As fast as it could, it was running and it was leaping, it was crossing fences, streams, and everything. So, when the potter realized where they were going, he tried harder than ever to stop the horse. So, the potter thought, oh, it is running very fast, it is going out of the city gates, it is going into the battlefield. The horse was going into the battlefield. So the potter was worried. The potter was worried. He thought, oh, let me pull the rope, let me stop the horse. But the horse was not at all stopping. It was running fast and faster. So when they passed, when they here is the potter and the horse, when they passed a young tree, the potter grabbed a branch, but the horse did not stop. So when the horse was passing by a tree, what did the potter do? It held a branch of a tree in his hand, so that the horse will stop with the force of that branch. But the horse ran so fast that that branch of the tree was uprooted, and the branch of the tree came in the hands of the potter. So the branch of the tree came in the hands of the potter, but the horse did not stop. This was one more brave thing. Now you see the picture. Yes, are you all able to see the picture, boys
Yes,
and
ma'am.
girls? Yes, that way the branch of a tree was uprooted and it came in the hands of the potter, and the horse was going very fast and very fast. It was not at all stopping. As you are able to see the picture, in the same way the potter took one branch of the tree in his hand, that uprooted tree, and in the other hand it had the rope of the horse's neck. I mean the rope which was tied around the horse neck, it was there. So next what happened? The neighboring country's army, that is the enemy army, saw the man, somebody is coming on a horse very fast with a branch of a uprooted tree, and they were shocked. Ma, the class may end any time. We will continue the lesson in the next class. As long as there is time, I will continue. After that, we'll finish the lesson, last part of a small part of the lesson in the next class. Okay, all of you?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, madam.
Okay. So you be there in the class. You all be there in the class. I'll continue. As soon as the class ends, we will continue the same lesson. Last part, very little part is left over. In the next class, we will continue. So when the army of the neighboring country saw this brave man, whose stories we heard, that he caught a tiger, he tied up a tiger under his tree. This man is the army general. He is leading the army, and he also has uprooted a tree to come and fight with us and to kill us. They were shocked. The soldiers were shocked. They were frightened also. They were frightened. They were, no, we can't fight with this man. He is very brave. We can't fight with a strong man. They ran into the tent. These soldiers, they ran into the tent to give the message to their king who was in the tent. They wanted to give the message of the brave potter, that is, who was coming on a horse with uprooted tree in his hand. They wanted to tell about him to the king who was in the tent. So the soldiers, the enemy soldiers, went hurriedly into the tent, and they said, "Oh my God, Your Majesty, this man who is called the brave potter, we already heard his stories, how courageous, how